Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I want to do a video devoted to one album, and this is an album that I got right around this time in the fall. I know it was October of 1985, and that is the album Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. Now, if I'm being honest with you, and I'm not trying to impress other members of the vinyl community, this might actually be my favorite Dire Straits album. And I know that's a very unpopular opinion to have, because when people talk about their favorite Dire Straits album, Love Over Gold gets mentioned, Making Movies, the debut, but I think people feel like this is sort of a sellout album for Dire Straits. They were all over MTV with the Money for Nothing video and Walk of Life, and I think it really propelled them to kind of superstardom, not at the level necessarily of bands like The Police or Van Halen, but nonetheless, people who had never heard Dire Straits except for the song Sultans of Swing, this was kind of a reintroduction to the band Dire Straits. And so I'm going to start off by talking, or at least showing my money for not, I'm sorry, my, I'm going to start off by showing my Brothers in Arms collection, starting with the CD collection. This is a remastered CD. This is part of the Warner Remaster series. And then about a year ago, I picked this one up, and this is a 25th anniversary edition with a slightly different cover graphic there. The back looks pretty much the same. It's the album. I'm not noticing like a huge improvement on the sound. I think they just repackaged it to kind of take advantage of the anniversary, but they didn't really add any bonus tracks or a second disc of live material or demos or anything like that. So I'm not sure why I have it, other than I'm a sucker for different versions, so I did pick that up. This is the cassette version of Brothers in Arms, and looks like many Warner Brothers cassettes. If you're a Van Halen fan and you bought Van Halen on cassettes, that's pretty much what it looked like. And this is the vinyl. It's still in the strength. This is not a 180 gram or anything like that. This is just the regular, I guess you'd call it OG pressing of the album with the custom label right there. And then a couple singles from the album. The first one was a single, Money for Nothing. And on the back, the flip side of this is a live version of Love Over Gold. I'm not sure if that's from the Alchemy album or not, or the same concert that material was drawn from. This is the So Far Away single, and the flip side of this is If I Had You, which is a non-album track. I always love when the B-side of these 45s is a non-album track. And this is the Walk of Life 7-inch, which looks like the back cover of the album. And the flip side of this one is One World, the track from the album proper. And then this is a 12-inch single of Money for Nothing. It's got Money for Nothing, the full-length version on the A side, and then the B side is a live version of Espresso Love. And just talking about the album a little bit, why might it be my favorite Dire Straits album? I think you got the best of both worlds. If you liked kind of the early, somewhat poppier style of Dire Straits, although I think there's the stuff on this album is certainly more commercial than stuff from, say, the album Making Movies. But it starts off with So Far Away, which I do like, although the lyrics are kind of trite. It's basically the old trope about, long distance relationship, and it's fine. I love the guitar work on it. I love that guitar lick that Mark Knopfler uses. And I just think it's kind of a cool song. I think it's a great way to start off the album. Then you've got Money for Nothing, which is one of the heaviest things Dire Straits had ever recorded up to that point. You've got Sting guest vocaling on there, which is great. And then you've got Walk of Life, which, you know, it's okay. It's a little too poppy, a little too commercial. It's sort of, for me, it's kind of like Dire Straits' version of Shiny Happy People, if you will. So if I had to like chuck one song off this album, it would be Walk of Life. Then you got your latest trick, which opens up, it kind of got like a smooth jazz, David Sanborn kind of horn that starts things off. And then it's got that, you know, horn riff. I guess it's a saxophone, which gives it that jazzy kind of feel. But I do enjoy it. And there's a mood, just a mood about this album. And it's kind of a laid back, chill kind of mood. And your latest trick is a great example of that. And then Why Worry, I think, is, again, another just sort of meditative kind of song. It's very quiet. And it's just a great way to close the first side of the album. But I do enjoy it. And, you know, is it the artistic statement of Love Over Gold? No, it's not. Although side 2, I think, would have fit perfectly if Love Over Gold had been a double album. I think those songs would have fit perfectly into that album. You've got Right Across the River, which has got, you know, I always picture when that song opens up, just kind of being on, you know, in the Amazon or something. I'm not sure exactly where, but, you know, you've kind of got like that pan flute or whatever it is, and like the jungle rhythms. And it's just a very cool, laid back vibe to it that I really enjoy. And then The Man's Too Strong, which has some interesting lyrics about, I don't know if it's somebody who committed war crimes, somebody who's on trial for the war crimes that they committed. But it's got that powerful chorus with that guitar, dun, 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 that heavy acoustic guitar chorus, quiet in the verses, and then they just go to town on that acoustic guitar on the chorus, which I think is great. One World is one of my favorite all-time Dire Straits songs. I love that opening guitar lick from Mark Knopfler, and I love that quiet middle section where they say it's mostly heredity that writes the plays we act, or whatever the lyric is. I love that, just that little middle section. What do you call that, a middle eight or whatever it is? But I love, and then it kicks right back in again with that great bluesy guitar solo. Love that track. And then Brothers in Arms, again, another quiet, bluesy, slow blues kind of a song with great guitar work from Mark Knopfler. But I just love the way this album hangs together. It's like all the best of Dire Straits. You've kind of got the, you know, the Sultans of Swing, which I think is what One World kind of reminds me a little bit of. But you've got like kind of the brooding, dark, atmospheric songs, like we're on Love Over Gold with Right Across the River and Why Worry, and The Man's Too Strong and Brothers in Arms. You got kind of, you know, heavy rockers like Money for Nothing, and then a little bit of jazz thrown in there. So it's like a nice palette. No two songs sound the same on this album, and I think it's Dire Straits going a bit more commercial, but also kind of stretching out their sound and trying things that they'd never tried before. So yeah, love this album. You know, not the best review. I'm not the best reviewer. There are people who do reviews way more than better than I do, but I love this record. Always October, fall, reminds me of this album and when I first bought it and played it nonstop. So anyway, let me know what you think of this album. Does it, by any chance, happen to be your favorite Dire Straits? And I'm pretty sure it's mine. But anyway, hope you're doing great and take care.